Hi everyone, this is Craig at Freedom Hypnosis, and I just wanted to upload this video for you guys. This is just a technique that I use with a lot of my clients, and I use it personally actually because I find it's very good just for getting recentered and refocused and really just emptying the cup of anything that's going on in the mind or in the emotions, for getting into the present. So this is going to be gut breathing, it's called here, because I could talk about this in great length. And if you're one of my clients, you may have already heard me talk about this in great length. But an important thing to know is in our brain we have neurons, but also we have them in our heart and also we have them in our gut. Now, typically, anxiety is felt really originates in the gut. That's how people might say, oh, I had a feeling in my gut. People might, before a public speaking, may say, oh, I had butterflies in my stomach. So the stomach and the gut really are associated with fears, emotional fears and physical fears, but also things to do with identity as well. So when something is going on that level, that can be where you feel it. But even if you don't feel the symptoms there, they can originate there as those electrical signals that go up to the brain, and the brain says, oh, we've got a problem. So this technique really is about really establishing two-way communication rather than the gut just sending those signals up to the brain. This is also about establishing a two-way communication so we may release anything that's going on there in the gut. Now, rather than talk about this more, I could talk about it a lot more, but let's just get on with it. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be breathing in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Now think about it, when you sigh, what happens when you sigh? There's a longer exhalation, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which begins to relax the body naturally. Think about it, that's something you don't even really think about when you sigh. Right? Same thing with a yawn as well. So these are things that relax the physical body. Now, also think about the opposite of that. When you gasp, we take a long breath in and we hold it. And what does that do? That feels tense in the body. So what we want to do here is we want to breathe longer on the out breath. That's right, longer on the out breath. But also we want to add into the mix that we want to imagine that we're breathing into and out from the gut. So I know that might seem like a strange thing to imagine, but what we want to do is we want to imagine that the breath is going all the way down into the very bottom of the gut. So let's get started. What are we going to be doing? Well, we're going to breathe in through the nose for roughly about 4 seconds. Then we're going to hold it for around a couple of seconds and then breathe it out for about 5 or 6. So we want to try and fill the lungs each time. And again, in through the nose, filling up the lungs, holding for a couple of seconds, and then slowly out through the mouth. Now, generally what I find is when we do this just for 10 breaths, it's a very powerful thing. Why? Because we're always associated with something. Could be something, someone else, another situation, yesterday, tomorrow, the boss, whatever it might be. So what we do here is we bring back the focus, we bring back the connection into ourself, so that we're focusing on ourself, controlling what's going on with us, so that when we come back out again at the end, we have a bit of space from whatever was going on before. So this is very good for releasing any, worries or stresses, particularly about things we can't control, the past, the future, other people, all of those things. All we really want to do is feel better ourselves. This helps you to feel better now. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I'm going to do a few of the breaths just to demonstrate. Now remember, in through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. So there. So I've just done some of those breaths there so that you can get an idea of how it works. So again, this breaks the association to some degree from what's going on before, brings in our association or connection or attachment to something that we can control, which is our breath. And when we control the breath, it gets us into the present moment. Now again, if you're a former client of mine, you've heard me say that many times, but really all of your power is here in the present, not in the past. That is the stories that we tell ourselves and others, or not in the future that we're creating from the present. So really it's all about the present, and it's all about focusing on what we can control, really, what we can control. But often think about how we get pulled away to giving our power to the past, the future, other people, other situations, all of those things. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was gut breathing. There's a modified version you can do through the heart too. It's a similar thing, it's just that the focus is the heart. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was gut breathing. Use that. It's good for emptying the cup emotionally, so to speak. I'm Craig. This is Freedom Hypnosis. And if you've got any questions, let me know. Craig, Freedom Hypnosis. Bye for now.